You know, billions of us around the globe tune in every 4 years to watch the FIFA World Cup. It's the absolute pinnacle of the sport, a totally mesmerizing display of athletic brilliance. But beneath the roaring crowds, the iconic goals, and the legendary champions, there is a hidden shadow history. Today, we're diving into the incredible, completely unbelievable true stories hidden right behind football's greatest tournament.
So, what secrets actually hide behind football's greatest tournament? Sure, most fans know the shining stars and the victorious teams who lift the cup, but today, we're pulling back the curtain. We're exploring the secret curses, the missing trophies, the mind-bending statistical anomalies, and the shocking upsets that nobody really talks about. These are the World Cup facts that sound completely unbelievable, but as you're going to see, they are entirely true.
Let's jump straight into Section 1, the ultimate global spectacle, a phenomenon bigger than football.
I want you to imagine the literal deafening roar of a commercial jet engine taking off. Now put that sound inside a stadium. It's crazy, but during critical, nail-biting moments of a match, the physical, vibrating energy generated by World Cup crowds has actually been recorded at volumes comparable to a jet engine. That is the sheer physical impact of this kind of global passion.
And while we experience that deafening roar today alongside vibrant 4K high-definition broadcasts, it wasn't always like that. The 1966 World Cup in England was actually the very last tournament watched by millions entirely in black and white. It's a striking reminder of just how much the tech has evolved right before color TV completely flipped the script on how we consume the beautiful game.
Moving right along to Section 2, impossible records and highs, breaking the limits.
11 seconds. Think about it. What can you even do in 11 seconds? Tie your shoe? Take a quick sip of water? Well, in 2002, that's all the time it took for Turkey's Hakan Şükür to score against South Korea. From the referee's whistle to the ball hitting the back of the net, bam! Just 11 seconds elapsed. It cemented his place in history with the absolute fastest goal ever recorded in the tournament.
Now, greatness obviously comes in many different forms. You've got Pelé achieving the ultimate dream of winning a World Cup at the incredibly young age of just 17 back in 1958. Contrast that youth with absolute endurance. Mexico's legendary Antonio Carvajal was the very first to master longevity by playing in 5 separate World Cups. And then, of course, there's Germany's Miroslav Klose. He holds the all-time scoring record with 16 goals. Youth, incredible endurance, and just ruthless scoring efficiency.
But you know, sometimes those extreme highs mean absolute devastation for the other side. Case in point, 1982, when Hungary put 10 goals past El Salvador's single response, 10-1. This finish remains one of the most lopsided bloodbaths ever witnessed on the World Cup stage. It really just goes to show that even at the absolute pinnacle of global football, massive disparities in momentum and power can still strike.
And when we talk about consistency, nobody, and I mean nobody, embodies it over time quite like Brazil. Through decades of changing eras, changing rules, and changing generations of players, since the very first tournament in 1930, they are the only nation on earth to never miss a single FIFA World Cup. Literally perfect attendance, unmatched dominance.
Which brings us to Section 3, bizarre anomalies and missing gold, the strange side of the cup.
Because let me tell you, things have gotten incredibly strange over the years. Like in 1930, there wasn't even a qualification process. Teams were just invited directly to play. Fast forward to 1966, an absolute panic struck England when the actual Jules Rimet trophy was stolen just months before kickoff. And the hero who cracked the case? A dog named Pickles. Seriously, Pickles sniffed it out wrapped in newspaper while out on a walk. Because of incredible security breaches like this, today's real trophy is locked down tighter than a bank vault, heavily guarded and strictly hidden.
But the strange reality goes far beyond stolen gold. Our idealized vision is pristine green grass under perfect skies, right? Well, matches have actually been played in brutally freezing conditions where players could barely feel their own numb feet. And the unpredictability is wild. We've even seen goalkeepers completely abandon their posts, run all the way up the pitch, and shockingly score goals themselves.
Let's turn now to Section 4, tragedies, wars, and upsets, the darkest hours.
200,000. That is the estimated number of fans packed inside Rio's Maracanã Stadium in 1950. They were fully expecting heavily favored Brazil to easily lift the trophy. Instead, Uruguay delivered what is widely considered the biggest upset in football history, defeating Brazil right on their home soil. The emotional shock to those 200,000 people, and really the entire nation, was so profound it became known simply as the Maracanazo.
Sometimes these darker moments transcend the sport entirely. Following the 1950 Maracanazo, we look to 1969, where tensions between El Salvador and Honduras during World Cup qualifying matches acted as the spark that ignited a very real military conflict, historically known as the Football War. And in 1994, there was the devastating tragedy of Colombian defender Andrés Escobar, who accidentally scored an own goal during the tournament and was tragically murdered upon his return to Colombia. The intense passion of the World Cup has, at times, violently intersected with real-world geopolitics.
Now, moving to Section 5, Defying the Odds, Unexpected Paths to Glory.
Because early dominance isn't the only way to find glory. Take Italy's 1982 campaign. It started brutally slow with a string of early draws, yet they completely defied the odds, found their rhythm, and won the entire tournament. And hey, never underestimate the bench. Some of the biggest World Cup legends didn't even start their defining matches. They just waited for their moment, came on as substitutes, and completely altered football history forever.
There's a quote that sums it up perfectly. The World Cup is more than a tournament. It's a global celebration of culture, passion, dreams, and national pride. You see, despite the stolen trophies, the unbreakable records, and the heartbreaking upsets, this event unites billions of us. Every 4 years, the entire world literally stops what it's doing to watch history unfold together.
So, I have to ask, which World Cup fact shocked you the most? Was it the stolen trophy rescued by a dog, the tournament sparking a real world war, or maybe that blistering goal scored in just 11 seconds? The history of this tournament is honestly as complex and fascinating as the world that watches it. Keep questioning what you know, and I highly encourage you to dive even deeper into the hidden history of the beautiful game. Thanks for joining me on